Hello, I'm Robert and welcome to my channel where I talk about everything automated algorithmic trading, or simply algo trading. What a wild month it has been in the markets. The volatility has just been absolutely insane, and it has driven a lot of research and updates to the Jackrabbit relay system. That is what I am going to talk about in this video. Version 1.370 was just released this morning with a lot of bug fixes and a 300% speed increase in code functionality. It's a big update and it really brings a lot of new capabilities to the table. So let's get into the VPS and really talk about some of these changes and fixes, because they are quite significant. Now that we are in the VPS, I have HTOP running, where I am watching and monitoring all of the relay processes. And this really is the biggest change in the system. If you've been following the Patreon updates and the GitHub itself, then you'll have seen a huge push towards multiprocessing and a lot of hurdles and headaches along the way. I have completely rebuilt it over the last couple of weeks from the earliest renditions because of memory leaks, deadlocks, and a lot of other issues that the Python multiprocessing package has for this particular application. It wasn't meant to run indefinitely the way I am running Jackrabbit Relay. So I've built my own framework for multiprocessing, and as you can see on the screen, when processes are done, they leave memory. They return resources back to the operating system. This is critical and something that wasn't taking place in earlier versions. So now processing can continue on a large scale and significantly larger than what I am actually using on my own machine. You can see the big one right here is Oliver Twist, the conditional order processing engine and the orphan order processing. And I am processing 5 orders at a time simultaneously. With a 2 GB swap, I am only using 470 megabytes for the entire machine. The goal is to keep this as fast and as minimal as possible for a footprint. So when a process is finished, it needs to leave memory quickly. And as you can see just from sitting here, as the screen has moved with me talking, processing takes place at a very rapid rate. Now the testing process I used for this was a bit extreme. I set up a test account and I purchased every single candle. That's right, you heard me, every single candle. I would literally rack in 5,000 to 7,000 orders at a very short order amount of time, just to pressure test and push this system as much as I could. These are the results. They are quite nice, to be honest. Now the update process is just as it always is with Jackrabbit. Follow the normal update process, update your placeholder scripts using the command, and then reboot your server. And it will come back online with all of the updates installed. From the standpoint of your system, if you're running the Oanda GridBot from the sponsored folders, then you would update that first before you do your reboot. and we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. But as you can see, looking at the Jackrabbit Relay program itself, when it processes orders, it does so very quickly. And that is the most critical point of this entire process. Even though orphan orders are limit orders and can sit indefinitely, conditional orders are market orders by default. And they have to be simply because of the dynamic take profit and stop losses. So processing has to be as fast as possible. I could easily take this up to 10 or 15 processes comfortably with this current server configuration and not have to worry about it. And that's the thing. Test slowly, find out what you feel comfortable with your server. But as you can see, it clearly can handle it. So now let's get into the Oanda GridBot. The sponsored version is much more powerful than the free version provided with Relay itself. And you can get the sponsored version simply by sponsoring Relay. That's done through the GitHub and clicking on a little sponsor button. I'll show that a little later on. But as you can see from here, I have my live accounts running where I am trading 2 real money pairs, and then I have my demo accounts running where I am trading 4 different demo accounts with 60 pairs each. And I'll show what those look like as well. But you can see just how quickly processing is taking place. This is absolute. And you can see much faster than all previous versions. So now let's get into a little more of the details of conditional orders and talk about some of the benefits to them. Okay, let's get into our logs. And you'll see that this is pretty straightforward, pretty bland. You see when it receives an order, you see when it processes an order. Not really very appealing here. But the business, the work end of it, now that is where we get into some real fun. Here you can see my test account, one of my demo accounts, where I'm sending buy-only signals from TradingView into this account. I'm using a very simple MACD RSI. And you can see all of the orders that I've placed, and they've hit the take profit and been cleared. I'm only using a buy order. The framework is actually doing all of the rest. And that is the important part. So if you have a premium account, then you technically can have 400 alerts. And this will take care of the rest. You don't explicitly need a sell order or have to worry about TradingView not sending the sell order. Oliver Twist, the part of the system that handles the conditional orders, will automatically sit here and watch it for you. And I'll demonstrate that in just a second in terms of what's actually going on. So as you can see, all of these did a very nice take profit, where you can see exactly on the far right number how much I would have made per actual trade of each profitability. So let's get into the difficult stuff. Cryptocurrency. Yes, this actually does work very well with cryptocurrency. Let's get this where we can see it. Now I have this set in the diagnostics mode so you can actually see what is going on. And that really is the critical point. You can see the order, you can see the price of the order that I purchased it at, you can see the current market bid, where the take profit is, and where the stop loss is. Let's get to the bottom of it and go back a little. Now, obviously, you're not going to want to leave diagnostics on because it takes up a lot of disk space. Let's see if I can find an order quickly. As you can see, this can grow quite lengthy. And it does report errors as well. Alright, let's go to the other file. More diagnostics per pair. Here we go. There we go. And you can see when a stop loss takes place as well. Of course, nobody likes stop losses. We only want take profits. But still, when they happen, they happen. The system takes care of it, and you don't have to worry about it. So it's a nice little feature that's built into the Jackrabbit itself. And conditional orders really are a wonderful way of setting your take profit, setting your stop loss, and not worrying about it. Since most exchanges don't let you set both, this lets you handle both situations at once, and where you can just simply put your order in and then it will manage it from there. Straightforward and simple, and really a nice way of dealing with the problem. Now that information will be coming in more detail on the wiki, where I will actually demonstrate how to place the orders, what to do with the orders, and so forth. Because there are a lot of nice features with this, including some special situations where you might only want one single purchase. And if you know anything about TradingView is never just one single purchase. So the conditional order system can actually filter that out as well. So be sure to update to version 1.370. This is the base version moving forward for all functionality within the system. And it's only going to get better here. If you're running the sponsored version of Oanda's GridBot, be sure to update that as well. As mentioned previously, here is a look at my live Oanda GridBot trading. And you can see that it is significantly faster. My average runtime used to be 8 to 10 seconds per pair. Now my average runtime is 2 to 4 seconds per pair for my live trading. So a very significant increase in performance and scalability. And one big issue that has been finally resolved. If a broker error took place on one pair, it would affect every pair. That is no longer the case. If a broker issue takes place now, say on Euro USD, then my second pair USD CAD is not affected. Now for two pairs, that's not that big of a deal. But when you're trading 60 pairs, that's a big deal. And this is the example of trading 60 pairs in 4 different demo accounts. Something breaks here, it's a mess, because that means a lot of lost data lost trades, and just a complete nightmare to deal with. The new engines prevent all of that. So now if one pair breaks, because I have one config file running all 4 accounts, only that one pair is affected, not all of the rest of them. So as you can see, this is quite a big and significant improvement over previous generations of relay. And it can handle more simultaneous pairs at once. So if you're focusing on Oanda as your primary means of trading and using the sponsored version of the GridBot, then you'll be able to really take and leverage your machine's capabilities to truly take advantage of multiple pair trading in such a way that you can gain a huge amount of profitability. I've already noticed a significant difference in my own trading on just how quickly the pairs are being bought and sold versus previous generations. So this is really a big step forward. We are now on the main Jackrabbit repository. Simply follow through, click on the wiki, go through all the information, and if you'd like to support this project and you're not already a sponsor, simply click on the sponsors button. That's right here. And then click on the sponsors button again to sponsor this project. It helps continue the research and development of this software. The one thing that is important to remember about open source software is that even though it's free to use, it's not free to develop. And I have many good things on the table to bring to the software, but they require resources in terms of finances to be able to rent the equipment and bring in the expertise needed to take this even further. If you are a sponsor or a subscriber to the Patreon, thank you. You are the people who have made this a reality and taken it as far as it is. Subscribers and sponsors literally have made this program what it is, through ideas, through contributions, and through financial support. So thank you very much, and if you have any issues with installing this, be sure to let me know immediately. So thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please get that thumbs up button a good hit and help others get involved in algorithmic trading. You don't need a lot of money to do this. I actually started with a very small account of $100. It works very well and it is very easy to get into. Plus it's just fun. So thank you for watching, and until next time.